It's finals week on MasterChef The Professionals. Only the 4 most remarkable chefs remain.
It's been a long, tough road to get here. I'm still very much in it, and with any luck, I won't be finished just yet.
Don't want to let it go. It's really stretching my boundaries to places that I didn't know was possible before.
Tonight, they face the biggest challenge of their careers.
It'd be a miracle if I pull it off, to be honest.
Cooking for culinary giants.
I say you've got quite a lot to do.
Yes, I do, Chef.
It's a perfect little plate of food, actually.
We should be following your career. That was absolutely amazing.
Before battling it out for a place in the final 3.
No one wants to be 4th. At this stage, everybody wants to just keep going.
It would be a little sour just to get stopped right at the last hurdle. You know, I've got this far and now I really want to make it all the way.
Totally unpredictable. There is nothing that's separating these chefs at the moment.
What's it going to take to go the distance? What is it going to take to go all the way?
The MasterChef The Professionals Chef's Table is one of the most celebrated events in the British culinary calendar. This year, it's returning to luxury London hotel, the Goring. Opened in 1910 and still run by the Goring family, the hotel is a favourite amongst British and foreign royalty alike. Tonight, in its Michelin-starred restaurant, the Dining Room, it will host a dinner for 23 of the UK's most respected chefs. And for the 4 finalists, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to showcase their talents to their professional heroes.
Today is the biggest day of my career. I've never had so much on the line from one cook.
It's very exciting to imagine that this amazing list of chefs will be trying my food. A very special opportunity, and we want to make the most of it.
So today is going to be cooking on a whole other scale than I've ever really cooked before, and it's terrifying.
The thought of the names that are going to be in the dining room sends shivers down my spine. It is a huge amount of pressure.
The finalists have 4 hours to prepare 1 course each for tonight's prestigious dinner.
Our chefs have got to bring those flashes of experience, the quality cookery that we've seen in the MasterChef kitchen. We need to see it right here, right now.
Every experience has brought our 4 chefs to this point. Now it's time to blow us away.
It literally is a dream come true. And the fact that I'm here cooking is, it's blowing my mind.
39-year-old private chef Gareth has impressed the judges so far with flavour-packed takes on dishes inspired by memories.
Gareth, first one up to be serving your food. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling all of the emotions of it. I'm nervous, the pressure's on, I'm excited. But yeah, I'm up for it.
What is your course?
So we're having stout braised ox cheek with crispy fried sweetbread and a beer and onion puree and a pickled walnut ketchup. That experience you get when you have a really good meal in a classic British pub. It's trying to bring those comforting flavours and elevate it to the highest standards.
Gareth is cooking for us ox cheek, which is braising slowly in beer. This sounds like a miniature main course.
I've got about 20 ox cheeks here. They're all going to get seasoned, fried off, go into the pressure cooker. Once the ox cheeks come out of the pressure cooker, I'll feel a little bit more comfortable with where I'm at.
Gareth is cooking them in a stout, so he needs to be very careful that they don't get too bitter.
The cheeks need to be tender. They need to be just falling apart.
I'm going to cook those down about an hour in the pressure cooker, which is quite a long time in there. I've got a lot to do. The first couple of hours are imperative. So yeah, I want to hit the ground running.
Dublin-born 34-year-old Mark is chef patron of his own American barbecue-style pop-up. He's made his mark in the competition, showcasing impressive meat dishes, But today, he's on the fish course, and he's using a tried and tested classic combination: lobster and tomato.
The pressure is absolutely on. It's an amazing opportunity to cook for these chefs, and I'm absolutely not going to waste it. I'm going to be doing a dashi poached lobster and then just some beautiful summer tomatoes. So I'm going to use all the coral and blend that into a rich tomato jam. And then on the side, I'm going to be serving a grilled buttermilk and coriander oil flatbread.
What does cooking the lobster in dashi bring to the dish?
One of my reasons I love smoking and barbecue is because in the cooking method, you're imparting flavor. If you're boiling the lobster or steaming it, it can wash out the flavor a little bit. And I want to make sure that cooking it in dashi is making sure to bring some flavor into that cooking method.
It sounds great.
Thank you very much.
Very luxury ingredient we've got, lobster there.
Perfectly poached lobster is about cooking the lobster tail to the right degree, right temperature. But also the dashi is made from two different types of seaweeds and, of course, dried kombu. That's just going to bring more flavour into the lobster itself.
We have different types of tomatoes. We have some that are being confit. We have pickled tomatoes as well as tomato and a lobster coral jam. It's very clever to use every part of the lobster and a little bit of sweetness, a bit of sharpness on the dish.
We've also got on the side buttermilk flatbread to mop up all of those flavours. Great idea. I love the sound of that.
I've got to get my bread on ASAP, so that has plenty of time to prove and get really, really delicious, and make sure that everything with the bread is really my major first time crunch.
The main course for tonight's dinner is in the hands of Portsmouth-born head chef Luke. He earned his place in finals week with his bold flavors and highly ambitious plates. And tonight, he's attempting more of the same. Hogget lamb, served 3 ways.
Gotta keep my head down and get on with it today.
Luke, what are you doing?
A loin of hogget, aromatic lamb neck with peas that will be stuffed into a potato shell, a braised and pressed lamb belly, which will be glazed in a yeast glaze. I'm doing a lamb jus, which will be finished with some cockles. I'm doing a ballantine of gem lettuce and feta, and then I've got a pea puree on there as well. Yeah, there's a lot going on.
There is a lot.
Really a lot.
Ambition is great. Do you think this is achievable in the 4 hours you've got to prep?
We'll find out. So I've taken a little bit of inspiration from John Chantrasak. He used the hogget loin as well in his demo, which I thought was delicious. We've incorporated that into my dish today.
Luke has given himself an absolute mountain of work to do. He's actually got lamb in 3 different ways.
The hogget loin is all on the carcass. They need to be butchered down and trimmed, all the sinew removed. They need to be seared, cooked, rested. Lamb belly takes a while to cook, so Luke made that one of his first jobs once he hit the kitchen, to get them into the braising liquid and to cook slowly. The lamb necks need to be cooked to a consistency that he can shred it. Then he's filling the potato shells, which also need to be cooked and crispy before he fills it with peas.
It'd be a miracle if I pull it off, to be honest. I'm rushing it, and I need to get this. I'm going to trim these up nicely once I've got some off the bone.
Your dish is all about mise en place, all about preparation.
Yeah.
Because if you fall behind on the prep of this, you're going to be sweating.
Yeah.
The menu's finale rests with 41-year-old Brazilian private chef Caroline.
It's happening. There's no running away anymore. It's happening.
So far, she has delighted the judges with her meticulous approach to ambitious classics, but often pushes it to the wire. And today, her timings will be crucial, as she's attempting a freestanding set chocolate custard tart with no pastry sides.
You're doing dessert, so how do you feel about that?
I'm excited and I'm happy I practiced. I'm good with it. There are a few elements that they need to be spot on. The custard really needs to be very set for me to get a clean cut. And I'll also make a brick pastry cigar filled with a kirsch, creme diplomate, and white cherry ice cream.
I mean, this is quite a risky style dish. This sounds like you really pushing yourself.
I know the amount of risk that is on it. It needs to be done right, so that's what I'm looking for today.
Caroline's dessert, chocolate and cherries, almost sort of a little flavour of Black Forest Gâteau. Of course, we know that cherries and kirsch and chocolate all work together.
We have a freestanding chocolate custard tart, so of course the setting has got to be absolutely perfect. The temperatures need to be spot on. You cannot miss the measurements when it comes down to pastry. It's very precise.
We've got white cherries in the ice cream as well. And I like the idea of using the white cherries to bring in the cherry flavour, but then it's a completely different colour as well.
A lot of work. Yeah, I think the first 2 hours are quite crucial to get it done, to get it set nicely. There's quite a bit to do.
Everything needs to get on quite urgently with Caroline. It's about setting and chilling. She really has to motor it. Chefs, 1 hour and 45 minutes of prep time has gone.
Yes.
On the starter, with his ox cheeks in the pressure cooker,
It's the main element of the dish, so I feel a lot more comfortable once the lids are off.
Gareth's made a start on the pickled walnut ketchup condiment, but he's also got another time-consuming garnish, an onion puree.
He's taking the onions, which he's going to caramelize. He's going to add some miso to it, deglaze it with some beer, and just gently reduce it.
Onions, another slow process.
It's all about not taking your eye off the onions and constant movement of those onions while they're cooking.
Across the kitchen on the fish course, Mark is fully focused on his main component.
Obviously, the lobster being the center point, I'm going to use it in loads of different ways. I'm going to break the meat out of the shells. The shells are going to be roasted into a really highly spiced mayonnaise. And then the coral and the brains of the lobster into a tomato jam. Just taking the first batch of lobster out of the dashi. They've had their 8 minutes so far. All of the lobster, the claws and the tails, are going to get picked down separately. My main focus right now is getting the lobster prepped and boxed off.
While the lobster cools down, he needs to get going on the first of his 3 tomato elements on the dish, the jam.
This is a very slow cook, so it's a nice low heat for like 2 hours or so to like really reduce it, develop all that sweetness, all the caramelization in the tomatoes and the sugar, get it like really beautiful.
He's also got the painstaking job of peeling the skin off almost 100 mini plum tomatoes, which he plans to confit.
Oh, wow, that's a job and a half, isn't it?
Yes, chef. Want to make sure everyone getting nice little attention to detail with these tomatoes.
How many tomatoes per portion are you serving?
3 per portion.
That's a whole lot of tomatoes to get peeling.
Yes, chef. I haven't started the pickled green tomatoes yet, but they'll be the next on.
Over on the main course, Luke is also feeling the pressure.
Don't even know how long I've been doing it for, to be honest.
He's only just finished prepping the 3rd lamb element of his dish, the loin. But he needs to start work on a technically challenging garnish.
A feta and gem lettuce ballotine. These all need to be rolled and set, ideally firm, so he can cut into them and make sure they're all the uniform size. So he's really got to motor to make sure he gets everything done.
I knew this job was going to take long. Some stuff you can run around, juggle, do lots of different things at the same time, but this ain't one of them.
On dessert, Caroline is also having to work at speed. The pastry base and chocolate custard mix are made, and a freestanding tart is ready to assemble.
She's going to line the outside of the mould with tin foil.
It's quite a crucial step.
When she pours the chocolate custard into it, it doesn't seep out. Quite challenging, quite risky, and very, very brave.
Would you help me out just to put it in the oven?
Yeah, do you want to get the door?
Yeah. Because I'm not tall enough to...
So she's cooking it slowly in the oven, and then it's all about taking it out at the right time. Overcooking, and it'll start to curdle. Undercooked, and it's going to be slightly raw in the centre and be slightly too runny.
We're in.
Wait.
So it's about the wobble that you'll get from the custard itself. At what point do I remove it?
I think my most worrying bit is the custard that's in the oven, so I need that to be on point.
Her tarts are cooking, but she has several other garnishes that also need prepping.
I think I have over 100 cherries. Like, I need 2.2 kilos for the ice cream.
I think the most important thing is with the ice cream is that you get a little flavour of the cherries. Also, you want a nice creamy texture to the ice cream.
I need to trust it.
It needs to freeze. So how many hands has Caroline got?
Keep on going, indeed, yeah, no stopping.
The guests arriving for tonight's dinner are some of the UK's most highly acclaimed chefs, who hold an astonishing 31 Michelin stars between them.
It's a massive occasion. This is the highlight of the calendar. It's the one we all really look forward to, and I'm really excited.
I would be nervous cooking for a room full of Michelin-star chefs, so for them it's big pressure, and they've got my full sympathy.
I think at this stage, people will be looking for some innovation, some interesting flavour combinations. I think that will perk people's interest.
I like a bit of personality on the plate. I like people that go slightly off-piste, because that is so much me, so that's what I'm looking for.
Chefs, you've got 1 hour left before service begins. Gareth,
Yes, chef.
you're first up.
Yes, chef.
On the starter, Gareth is checking on his pressure-cooked ox cheeks.
It's a moment of truth. I'll know if they need more time. I'm really pushing it. They need longer. I've just opened the pressure cookers. They weren't quite there. They need another 15, 20 minutes. Kicking myself.
Gareth's just opened all 3 of the pressure cookers with his ox cheek in, and he's just realised that they're not fully cooked. So he's really given himself a massive challenge because he's now behind and he's got to get those back up to temperature and cooking again.
As well as the ox cheek setback, Gareth's juggling several other elements.
Gareth, how are we looking?
The time's got away with me slightly.
So you've still got the ox cheek to sort out and portion, and you've still got the sweetbreads to
Yes,
de-skin, portion and pane.
Yes, chef.
I
So
say
need
you've
to
got,
push.
I say you've got quite a lot to do.
Yes, I do, chef.
Cannot afford to take your eye off anything in this kitchen, especially if you're the first one up to serve.
Also up against it is Mark. His dashi poached lobster is cooled, but they're nowhere near ready.
So this is a very time-consuming part. 14 lobsters to break down fully.
Utilizing every part of the lobster, he's separating the coral and the brains for the tomato jam, and the shells to make an oil for the chili mayonnaise.
What Mark's doing is looking at individual elements of the dish and he's thinking, how can I improve them? A jam, so no, let's add more flavour on top of it. This is what Michelin-star cookery is all about, food at another level.
Still a lot more to do, so I've got to keep the pressure on now.
On the main, Luke's braised hogget bellies are cooked. He must now debone them so they can be pressed and cooled down before portioning.
Normally I'd wait for this to cool down a lot more, but I've not got the time for that.
You all right?
I think so.
Bit of stress on your face.
A lot of stress.
He must also pick the lamb neck meat, which will be stuffed into delicate hollow tubes of deep-fried potato.
Just got to get my hands right in there, mince it all up.
Where does it end? There is so much going on.
Making 27 tubes of potato. I need to wrap them around the mould and then wrap them again with potato lace or strings that I've cut.
I'm getting nervous watching how much time he needs to spend on those potato cylinders.
If I pull it off, it's going to be good.
We've got 4 done.
Yes, chef.
Oh.
On dessert, with the clock running down, Caroline's checking on her all-important chocolate custard tart.
Yeah, I'm happy with this. Wiggle, wiggle. which is a nice thing. So it's set on the edges, which is good. So I got a nice wiggle on it.
Now, it's about setting it in the fridge in the chiller and not allowing it to get too cold. This type of dessert is always best served at room temperature. Any cooked custard should never really spend too much time in the fridge.
Her tarts have made it to the fridge, but Caroline still has another technical element to get done, the brick pastry cigar, which will be filled with Kirsch cream.
It's delicate, but like everything in pastries, it is delicate.
Caroline is making this sort of pastry tube. She's got this piece of metal, very, very thin, I have to say, wrapping the brick pastry around it and then baking that in the oven. Once they cool down, she's then going to be putting her creme diplomat inside. It's got Kirsch running through it.
Everything is on the go. It's just I need to push to make sure I'm done on time.
With service fast approaching,
Let's do it.
Gareth is taking it right to the wire.
Yeah, and they're much better now. They just needed, you can see they're like falling apart. Just holding. That's just where I wanted them.
Chefs, you've got about 10 minutes for your first course to be served. Gareth?
Yes, chef.
That's you.
Yes, chef.
You ready?
Yes, chef.
Sure?
Frying off my sweetbreads. I'm glazing my ox cheek.
10 minutes.
Yes, chef. Got it. The sweetbreads, you don't want it underdone. You don't want it overdone.
Right, Gareth, your dining room is now waiting for you.
Yes, chef.
So, stout braised ox cheek, crispy fried veal sweetbread, beer and onion puree. It's a big, big starter.
The ox cheek, it needs to fall off the bone. It needs to be absolutely succulent.
Are you happy with how the ox cheeks have turned out?
They're nice and soft, and the glaze is good.
The beer and onion puree, you don't want to overpower the onions. Sweet puree. Too much beer makes it too yeasty.
What else is to go on the plate?
Sweetbread, chef.
The sweetbread, one of the most difficult to get it spot on, to cook it to the right consistency. I think that is very crucial.
So, Gareth, this is the ketchup, yeah?
Yes, chef. Pickle walnut ketchup. Once they have the tarragon on, they're ready to go.
I think it looks great. You know, it looks decadent. It looks inviting.
Are you still enjoying it as much as when you started?
I'll be honest, the enjoyment is somewhere, but at the moment I'm just focusing on getting this out. Service, please. I'd say knowing the people who are eating that plate of food is probably one of the most terrifying prospects I've ever had to face. Yeah. Do I have to go up there?
A delicious braised ox cheek, unctuous. The glaze on it is very Moorish.
I think the sweetbread's cooked beautifully. Really well seasoned as well. The outside is lovely and crisp, inside lovely and moist.
The beer and onion puree, you could just feel the depth, it was nice and dark, so those onions nicely roasted.
I think it was really finished off nicely by the pickled walnut ketchup. There was a lot of rich things on that dish, so it really needed that bite of acidity.
It was just a really enjoyable, hearty, delicious, well-cooked starter, which has teed this off absolutely perfectly, to be quite honest.
I think you wouldn't want any more than this as a starter, but I'm really pleased for Gareth. The ox cheek is just cooked nicely. The glaze has got the bitterness of the stout.
I love the pickled walnut puree. And, of course, the sweetbread is crunchy and beautiful and soft in the centre.
That dish was incredible. I think the braised ox cheek was just melt in the mouth, and all I wanted was more of that pickled walnut ketchup. I thought it was delicious. Thank you very much.
Thank you, chef.
It was exceptional. After eating that dish, we should be following your career. That was absolutely amazing.
Thank you, chef. Sorry. It was a once in a lifetime. I mean, that was, you know, a dream come true.
Next up to the pass is Mark.
Right, Mark, you've got 10 minutes. It's your turn.
Yes.
How's that lobster looking?
Very good. Coming together very nicely.
He now has the last-minute job of finishing the dashi poached lobster tail under the grill.
The lobster cooking is very important. You overcook lobster, it can become tough and woolly. We do not want this to happen.
Buttermilk flatbread, I want it to be beautifully made, rested, nicely charred in the cookery, but I want it to be light and fluffy, but also full of flavour.
Well into the 20s now. This should take me into 30 or so. So definitely enough for firmer service.
Mark, this is what you've been working towards, OK? Now it's your time to impress and to shine.
Yes, chef.
So for Mark's fish course, it's dashi poached lobster. The biggest issue is obviously getting the lobster just right.
Lobster, it's very important. The cooking degree on this one is precise.
Tomato and lobster coral jam. Sounds really interesting. There's lots of lovely flavours that go really well together. I love tomato with lobster.
You got the sweet tomatoes as well. Somehow got to balance all that and then not murder the lobster that's in the middle of it.
Seems like a lot of work, especially with the flatbread on the side. I think it's, if he pulls it off, it could be dish of the day.
Service.
Mark, you happy?
No, I'm not feeling great about the look of the dish. Service.
You don't look happy.
Didn't come together the way I wanted it to. Practiced it at a very different plate. Yeah, it just wasn't up to the standard. Tough day, tough day. I wasn't happy with the look of the dish. Yeah, I think my final execution just let me down. It just didn't come together in a way I would have liked.
My lobster was cooked beautifully. The mayonnaise was really nice with it, had a nice little bit of heat, and the flatbread was really soft and lovely and beautifully cooked. I really enjoyed it.
This is my cup of tea. The dashi just lift this dish to the next level.
My tail was a little touch over by 30 seconds, and you know, that's the difficulty of seafood cooking for a room of guests like this.
I love the look at the flatbread star. I'm a big fan of the flatbreads. Very nice cooking.
The tomato and coral jam, the flavour is deep. It's embedded into the lobster. It really brings it together.
It looks slightly cramped in this plate.
My lobster tail slightly over. Yours looks a bit better than mine. Enjoying the charred flatbread, just mopping everything up.
Mayonnaise is good. I am enjoying the spicy flavour that runs through it, a little heat there. So many interesting elements, so many great ideas. Not all of them are executed perfectly well, but it's still a very, very good dish.
First of all, well done. We thought the dish was excellent. I think the only thing that we, felt maybe the lobster itself could have just, been dialed up a little bit more in terms of the cooking.
I just want to say it was a really beautiful dish, and I don't think it was overworked or overthought, and it felt like really mature cooking, and pleasure to eat. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Feedback was very, very positive, and that was really, really great. Oh, what a day. What a day.
It's almost time for Luke's Hoggett main course, but he still has the painstaking job of filling almost 30 delicate potato shells with lamb neck.
As long as they hold up now while I'm putting them in, because this is the bit that I haven't got much room for error. Still so much to do. But seal the lamb off.
The main course Hogget loin, yeast glazed lamb belly, potato shell filled with aromatic lamb neck and peas. I really enjoy the fact that he's using different cuts from the same animal.
The loin itself is going to have to be cooked perfectly.
How's it looking, Luke?
I think the lamb's quite nice, pink.
The lamb belly, obviously, you want nice and low and slow. Make sure it's nice and succulent.
Potato shell filled with lamb neck. This neck needs to fall apart really beautifully. The potato shell needs to be nice and crispy.
I love the sound of the gem lettuce and the peas, like to bring some freshness to what I'm sure is the richness of the glazed lamb belly.
Luke really has to put in his running shoe today because there's just so much going on. Oh my goodness. Is it going to taste good or is this just an ingredient too many?
Service, please.
It's lovely, clean presentation, great colours, everything looks fresh and vibrant. Really appetising dish to dive into.
Oh, you're almost there. The herb on, sauce is up, and you're done.
Yes, chef. Service, please. I gave it my best shot. I didn't stop from the beginning till the end. I still got a lot done. Let's see what they say.
That dish was a triumph. Beautifully tender hogget loin. Getting an old sheep to be tender, it ain't easy.
I love the yeast glazed lamb belly. I love the stickiness of it. It was a joy to eat.
The neck inside of the potato was fantastic. I love all the textures that he did.
The biggest star of the show was the feta and gem lettuce ballotine. The flavors that came through were so fresh.
It was beautifully presented and very well cooked. It looked very fresh, nice, good flavors. Everything was amazing.
The hogget, delicious, perfectly cooked. The sauce is big and bold and full of flavour.
My favourite thing on here was the pressed lamb belly. A lot of work has gone into this plate of food. He's got to pat himself on the back for what he's delivered.
Hello, Luke. I don't know whether you've got roller skates fitted to your shoes, because you must be running to produce all those elements. Beautiful, beautiful work. Well done.
I know we cooked some nice food together a couple of weeks ago, and I was very impressed to see that you were cooking hogget. I'd like to think that maybe I've imprinted a little bit of influence on you there with that dish. It was really a masterful cooking of a main course.
Thank you very much. I'm glad with the feedback. I really am. They were happy. That makes me happy.
On dessert,
Now is the trickiest part.
Caroline has reached the crucial final stage of perfectly portioning her freestanding set chocolate custard tarts.
It's quite of a labor-intensive.
The custard tart, obviously, it's got to be clean. The line, the cut on it's got to be perfect. That's when you know you've got a perfect set.
Every chef at the table have made custard tarts before and all had failures with custard tarts.
I'm honestly so happy. It's nicely set. It's good.
I'm looking forward to the Kirsch cream cigar. It will be quite challenging.
It looks wonderful.
Service, please.
This is my first experience of white cherry ice cream, which I'm really looking forward to. We're going to want it to sort of sing with cherry, a really great flavour.
I mean, if you think about the chocolate, the cherries, the kirsch, Black Forest Gâteau. My favorite.
Very neat, very clean, very meticulously presented.
Last table, let's go.
Service, please.
Well done. Thank you.
I'm happy to have been able to finish what I put myself up to doing, and yeah, I hope everything was nice and tasted well.
The set custard tart was phenomenal. And to do a custard tart in any form is quite difficult to get that cuisson, the balance, the wobble perfectly right, and it was set to perfection.
The cigar is exceptional. The tuile is so thin, it just breaks beautifully, and the kirsch cream just melt on my palate beautifully.
I was really intrigued by the ice cream. It had that lovely cherry flavour.
A lot of skill and work has gone into this dish. A lovely way to finish a meal.
I think the base of the pastry is beautiful and crunchy, but the texture of the chocolate custard is just fabulous.
That takes a lot of skill to deliver custard tarts set like this. Well done, Caroline.
Hi, Caroline. Your plate of food was delicious. The tart was set perfectly. I loved the little cigar that you did with that little booziness of the kirsch that came through and the cherries. So you should be extremely proud of yourself.
Thank you so much, Chef. Thank you.
I have to say it was my highlight dish of the night. I just loved it. It's one of the best custards probably I've ever had. Thank you very much.
I had fun cooking, and it's a pleasure. It's a real pleasure to cook for you all. Yeah, I think getting feedback like this from these amazing chefs, it just feels like winning the lottery. It really is very joyful. I feel very, very happy about it.
Chef's Table is a massive ask for any of our chefs. All 4 of them rose to the challenge. They came into the kitchen and gave it absolutely everything.
Our chefs should be proud of themselves. I know there were issues. Once they got that feedback from our guests, their spirits were lifted.
That's got to be one of the best experiences of my entire life. I'm exhausted and I'm tired, but I feel like I'm walking on air, you know?
It's been an honor, real honor. I think we did ourselves very proud as a group. It's very special. Feels very good.
Next up, we've got a cook for a place in the final 3, which is really hard to think about after the day that I've just had. So I need a good sleep, and then I need to worry about the next challenge.
It would mean the world to me to get through to that final 3. The other chefs in there are going to bring incredible A-game to the next cook, and I just have to do nothing short of the same.
What a fabulous Chef's Table that was. You did yourselves proud. But you know what's at stake now? You're cooking for the final 3 remaining places in the competition. At the end of this cook, one of you, sadly, is going to be leaving.
We've given you a brief to create a dish inspired by home, somewhere that means a lot to you, and we want to be transported to that place. We wish you the best of luck. You have 2 hours. Off you go.
There was only ever one option for homeland for me. It had to be Ireland. So today I'm going to be cooking beef and barley. Very traditionally, a lot of stews in Ireland would be thickened with barley.
Mark is cooking a dish from Ireland, and why not? So we should. Irish beef, ribeye. If there's any piece of meat that can take a good bit of barbecuing, it's the ribeye.
We also have a short rib, which has been cooked in stout. So that's got to be beautiful, soft, and just falling apart. Mark is then taking the short ribs out of the pressure cooker, and he's using that liquor in there to cook his barley. We have the oyster emulsion going over the beef short rib, so it's sort of bringing a little bit of fun of that surf and turf flavour into his dish.
You've got to be very careful with the saltiness of the oysters. You don't want the oyster to be overpowering the beef. And we've got a lovage velouté, a lovely herby, celery-style flavour running through there. Mark's dish is going to be about the cooking of the barley, braising of the rib of beef, making sure it's beautifully cooked, but also sticky and unctuous and full of flavour. The stout, be careful with the bitterness, that's going to also then go through into the barley as well. It's all about balance here. What part of Ireland are you from?
I grew up in Dublin and around the North Wicklow area, which is huge for agriculture and farming. You have incredible access to just the most world-renowned beef, and that's what I wanted to really highlight today, was how good it can be.
So is it sort of a nod to an Irish stew?
Absolutely, yeah. Irish stew is like a very comforting, homely dish. Nothing beats it when you come in from a really, really cold, wet day outside. There's no feeling better than that.
Do you know that you are the first Irish chef to be part of our Final Four on Professional MasterChef?
That's amazing.
Well, you're carrying the weight of Ireland right now.
Absolutely, all 6 million of us. I always feel a bit more calm and controlled when I'm able to, like, work over a little bit of fire, get a little smoke going. An incredible day for a barbecue. Wish we could do the whole thing out here. That'd be amazing.
Today's the last sort of milestone that if I get through, then I've been in the competition from the beginning to the end. I think that's a big achievement.
Luke, where's home for you?
Portsmouth. I've lived there my whole life. The whole of Portsmouth is surrounded by beaches and harbours.
A lot of fish and chip shops.
Exactly, and that's what I associate the beach with. Going down there with the children, getting a fish and chips and an ice cream. And that's what I've based my dish on.
Hence the pebbles.
Yes.
Tell us the dish on the menu.
Fried haddock in a potato shell, curried pea fritter, pea and dill puree, a tartare beurre blanc, potato and smoked bacon fricassee, beer-battered scallop, and a pea and potato spuma.
Poof. Wow.
It's a lot of work.
Good luck, Luke.
This is not your average fish and chips. This is something with a real twist.
Luke's wrapped the potato around the fish and then he's formed it in a cylinder with the cling film to tighten it and deep fried.
The potato thickness is key to the cooking of the fish. Get it wrong, and either one or the other won't be cooked. We've got a curried pea fritter, which has got some of the chopped up haddock, got curry and the scallop roe running through there. Gonna chill those into little balls, deep fat fry them.
Got beer-battered scallops, potato and smoked bacon fricassee, potato and pea espuma. Yes, Luke likes to pile in the work.
Every element needs to be done just right. Crunchiness, crispiness, freshness, tasting of the fish, and of course that lovely sweet and sour flavour of that beurre blanc. Chefs, you're halfway. 1 hour is gone.
Yes, chef.
This dish is probably the biggest risk I've taken in the whole competition, just down to its minimalistic approach. I need to nail every element. If one of them is slightly off, the whole dish doesn't work, and I lose my place in the final.
So, Gareth, where's home for you?
Home for me is on the farm in Cumbria. After my dad passed away, my mum eventually sold the house that we all grew up in. When she met John, who's a farmer in Cumbria, she transformed his farmhouse into an amazing home, and now that feels like home to me.
Does John know that you're doing a dish about the farm?
Clues were given when I asked him to send a bale of hay down.
I was going to say, did you nick some of his hay?
Yeah, I did, yeah. It's come straight from the farm.
Tell us the dish.
A hay-smoked fillet of beef with a celeriac fondant and a cream and butter sauce with girolles.
So you're going almost refined simplicity, but at the highest level.
Every time I practice this dish, I've removed an element. So it's almost new to me to have that confidence to say this is my food that I'm happy with and serve it to somebody.
Gareth's dish is sounding quite minimalistic. There's not a lot going on.
Smoke.
The fillet, he's cooking it really high up on the barbecue, so he's just got the smoke of the coal, and he's also just adding some hay onto the coals. And when the hay catches fire, he doesn't want the flames to hit the fillet of beef. He wants just the smoky flavour there.
I might need to start wafting.
I love the idea of this. I've never seen such a big fondant, and it's a celeriac fondant, so it's going to be nutty and earthy. The most important thing about a fondant is it's got to be cooked all of the way through. Minimalistic, Perfection on a plate is one of the hardest things to get right.
I think there is a lot riding on this dish. I really want to focus on making sure that I can share a little bit of my culture with the judges.
I thought a dessert could be a good way to introduce you to one of my favorite fruits from the northern region of Brazil.
What are we doing?
A cupuaçu cremeux. So cupuaçu belongs to the cacao family. It's got like floral notes, tropical fruit notes going through it.
Wow, I can't say I've ever had that before. I've never smelt anything quite like that. It's quite unusual.
On the base of it, it's going to be coconut tapioca pearls with the cupuaçu cremeux over the top, covered with coconut foam. On the side, passion fruit ice cream with a Brazil nut tuile.
Your husband, who's also a chef, is he noticing the changes in you as you've progressed in our competition?
Yeah, I honestly think so. This fruit is from his region, so I think it's a good way for us as well as chefs to explore a little bit of our home country.
We're looking forward to trying cupuaçu.
Thank you so much,
Good luck,
Chef. Thank you. Thank you.
Caroline's back on dessert. She's using a fruit from home.
She's got capuaçu as the main flavour of her cremeux. A cremeux is quite a thick texture. It's smooth, it's rich, it's packed full of flavour, but you want it to have texture. You don't want it to be too soft because on top of that, there's going to be a coconut foam. So Caroline's making a honey tuile, so she needs to make the batter, cook it in the oven, and then she's going to wrap that around a cylindrical mould, and the tuile is going to be a casing for her cremeux. Executing this right and under this pressure, it's going to be tough.
But it's looking very nice. I'm happy.
Chef's final 10 minutes, and I've got to say, I am loving the focus.
OK, Gareth, happy with the beef?
Yes, Chef. I've checked the temperature inside. It's nice
Good.
and soft. Yes, Chef.
All coming together. Everything's as I wanted it to be.
It's not the greatest one. I wanted it to hold better. It's...
Chefs, you only have 2 minutes left.
That's it. Chefs, stop cooking. Time's up.
Pretty happy?
Mark, come up.
First up is Mark. Inspired by the stews of his homeland, Ireland, he's serving grilled ribeye steak with beef and stout braised pearl barley. Stout braised beef short rib, topped with oyster emulsion, finished with a lovage and mustard velouté.
Mark, you've definitely got a piece of ribeye that's been cooked beautiful, medium rare. The pearl barley, I think, is delicious. I could just eat a bowl of that with the short rib just torn through it. This is a delicious plate of food.
Where you're hitting some really enormous notes is the stout that you've got running through in the pearl barley. The short rib is delicious. It's beautiful and tender. I love the oyster emulsion. The biggest surprise of all for me is this lovage and mustard sauce. It's sensational. It's the colour of Ireland, and it's Ireland on a plate. It's fabulous, really good.
I'm pretty speechless, to be honest. I'll go back to Ireland a hero. They'd throw a parade for me.
Luke's dish is his take on fish and chips, inspired by his hometown of Portsmouth. Deep-fried haddock wrapped in potato and chives, with a curried pea and haddock coral fritter, pea puree, and a tartare beurre blanc. Served with a beer-battered scallop, sat on a fricassee of bacon and potato, and a potato and pea espuma. Presented with the aroma of seaweed tea.
Wow, love it. I love this little bit of fun on the side with the scallop. It's lovely. Beautifully cooked haddock in the potato. I've never seen it done like that before. Chives on the outside as well. I think that's a lovely way to finish it off. I love the way you've used the coral in the fritter. I can taste the haddock. I've got the curry flavour going through the bechamel. And, of course, the crunchy coating around the outside. This is great. I love it. Well done. Thank you.
The scallop, the bacon underneath it, it's delicious. It's beautifully cooked. And, of course, you've got the notes of the peas, from the puree to the espumo of the scallop, and then, of course, in the fritter. It's an enjoyable, fun plate of food that is equally delicious.
I'm buzzing for sure. I'm really happy with that. I'm just glad that they saw where I was coming from with the dish.
For a place in the final three, Gareth's dish is a tribute to his mum and her partner John and their Cumbrian farmland family home. Hay smoked fillet of beef, glazed with hay beef stock, served with a celeriac fondant and a tarragon cream and girolles sauce.
Minimalistic, it certainly is.
Yes, chef.
The smokiness of the fillet of beef, it's actually beautifully cooked. The hay flavour, giving it a real point of difference, is lovely. I love that touch. The celeriac fondant, fabulous. Beautifully cooked, caramelised, and this sauce, strong vermouth, sweetness in the background, girolles are in there too. Love the texture of it. It's not runny, it's not too thick. The herbs, the tarragon are coming through. I really like it, really do.
The sauce, the girolles in there, the herbs, the tarragon running through it, it is so rich and it's delicious. I really like this. I think John would enjoy this, wouldn't he?
Yes, chef.
I was worried about it. I knew it was a risk because it was so minimalist on the plate. But I couldn't have asked for any more, really. It was brilliant.
Finally, it's Caroline, whose dessert is a homage to her native Brazil. A capuaçu cremeux, encased in a honey tuile, on a bed of coconut tapioca pearls and topped with coconut foam. Served with passion fruit ice cream and a Brazil nut tuile.
Delicate presentation. The cupuaçu fruit in there, it's quite special, the flavour of it. It's passion fruit-like, a little bit of pineapple, and then you've got the tapioca underneath, which has almost a rice pudding-esque texture to it that's being cooked, a little bit firmer, and it needs that texture here. The coconut foam is delicious, but I want more of it.
Okay.
The dish, texturally, it's incredibly soft. I think we're just missing one texture. Enjoying the tapioca, I'd like a little bit more. I love the little twirl around the outside. That's great, it's delicate. Your passion fruit ice cream is fabulous. And I do appreciate the value of bringing something new into the MasterChef kitchen.
I am very happy to share something that they never tried before, but I understand what they say, that maybe needs a texture. So I don't really know what to think, but I'm happy.
That was an excellent cook-off from our 4 chefs.
We've got a difficult judging. Ultimately, we are looking for our final 3 chefs. Unfortunately, we are going to be losing one of them.
Luke, I thought his fish wrapped in potato was genius. Just delightful, fun, and tasty.
Great overall dish, beautiful flavours, hitting high notes, crispy notes, fishy notes. Luke's cooking at the highest level.
Mark's inspiration was all about Ireland. I love the stewed pearl barley with the shredded meat through that.
Mark brought us the flavours of Ireland. Perfectly cooked ribeye, charred on the outside on the grill, beautifully rested. Love the lovage sauce. Some excellent execution.
Gareth gave us inspiration of his family home on the farm. We had the beautifully cooked beef with hay, the sauce with the girolles, lots of butter and cream was so rich and dense, beautiful.
I thought the celeriac fondant was great cookery. It was an outstanding dish.
Caroline gave us a dessert. The fruit, cupuaçu, was made into a cremeux. It was an unusual flavour, but I enjoyed it.
The cremeux, I felt that it could have been just a little bit thicker. There was not enough tapioca, because I think that brought texture. It was just all a little bit soft. But I have to say, the flavours were great.
I want a place in that final 3. I'd be devastated if I didn't get through.
I would obviously be very sad to leave. The thing is, you never know. I'm still hopeful. I'm still hopeful.
They've all come so far. They've given it everything. For one of these chefs, it's going to be a real heartbreak to leave the competition. It's incredibly sad to be losing one of you at this point because we have gotten to know you. We've seen your journey since you first walked into this kitchen. But we can only take 3 of you through, and we have made a decision.
The chef that is leaving the competition is Caroline. Caroline, this was not an easy decision by any stretch of the imagination.
You are a delight to have in any kitchen, and I can't wait to find out what else you go on to do, Caroline. It's been an absolute joy.
Thank you, guys. You guys are awesome. I'm happy, I'm proud, sad, of course. But this experience has helped me to open my eyes to the future, for sure.
Congratulations, chefs. You are our final 3.
Congratulations.
Well done. Well done.
Amazing.
Final 3. Made it.
I can't believe it. It's one of the greatest achievements of my life. I'm absolutely over the moon to be in this position.
To be in the final 3 is incredible. They're telling me that I'm good, so I must be good, you know?
Today was huge. Nothing short of like one of the most incredible days of my culinary career. To get the chance to be in that final cook with these other 2 chefs would be absolutely mind-blowing. It'd be the experience of a lifetime.
It's not over yet.
It's not over yet?
No rest
It
yet.
just gets harder and harder and
Straight
harder.
back to the drawing board.
Final 3.
Next time, it's the penultimate MasterChef The Professionals. And Luke, Gareth, and Mark head to Italy for a culinary adventure of a lifetime.
Wow. Look at that.
Whoa.
Cooking under one of the world's most groundbreaking chefs.
The philosophy of the restaurant is cook the mountain. It's very complex because you have to think in a completely different way.